Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hold on. Hello. How we doing, guys? Wait. Sorry, I had to mute for a second. My sister just came up the stairs singing. Hello, hello, welcome in. I can still hear her singing. We're gonna play All Life again today, but there's a problem. There, there's there's a problem. um, I may or may not have lost all my save data. I may or may not have lost everything. Because my whole PC got reset, my whole system got reset, and I had to re-download everything, so I had to re-download the game too. So we're gonna have to start again from the start. So it's gonna take a bit longer. I'm a bit sad about that though, because I wanted to meet Derek today, but we can't. Okay, but I'm just gonna go in it now and start a new file. So that I can get there faster. Welcome to our life, beginning and always. There are various ways you can customize and interact with the game. The tutorial is an overview of how certain features work. You can read the full tutorial from the main menu to learn about everything in detail. To start off, the game is divided into 4 time periods called steps. Step 1, childhood. Step 2, adolescence, adolescence or whatever the fuck. Step 3, young adulthood, and step 4, adulthood. Okay, but I've read all. I don't really want to read all of this. This is not part of the game. I don't really need the tutorial because I've played this game so many times, so I'm gonna skip through this for a bit. Okay. Time to make character. Wait, did I tweet? Okay, I did tweet. We're good. Thought I forgot to tweet again. Okay. We can't do heterochromia, so we're gonna do green only. Now, this is the difficult part. Which one? I don't remember which one I picked last time. Was it this one? I don't remember what I picked last time. Oh wait, this one. This one's better. It's short in the back, so it's short. We should have pink. Yes, we do have pink. Pink it is. To be. Oh, I hate it. I hate doing this. Wait, no. I don't wanna do that. I do know that they have Jupiter right here. So I'm putting that one, but I'm just changing it to Jupy. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Uh, okay. No birthmark, no scars. Yes. Hiya, Drippy. Hello, Tetsuri. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Uh, Glasses, because I have glasses. I'm doing good. How about you? I'm doing good too. Played some Overwatch offline with friends. And now it's stream time. I am sad though, because all my data of my previous playthrough got reset, so I have to start all the way from the scratch now for stream. How did Overwatch go? It was fun. We had some good games. There was this one game though where we got absolutely 0 kills the whole team, and we got absolutely obliterated. But other than that, it was fine. Um, Pants, shirts, hats, necklace, and bracelets. That's everything. Let's get into it. We can pretend that game didn't happen. Yes, that's what we're doing, kind of. Wait, I need to charge my phone before it dies. Okay, time for me to clear my throat and get my voice going. Because I'm gonna be reading a lot. Okay. Summer in Sunset Bird was a special time of year. Your usually sleepy town began to bustle. If I ever go too fast, do let me know, because sometimes I don't realize I'm going fast. Wait, hold on. One quick, a pause. Is my chat working on stream? Let me make that bigger. Hold on, my chat is working. Hold on. Wait, no, the name is showing up, but the text is not. Uh, now, how did that happen? Wait, hold on, let me move myself. Are you behind me? Are you behind me? I see your name behind me, hold on. Why are you behind me? What? Hold on. I need to see what's going on there. Tech support, let me, let me, where is stream elements? Oh, the text is black, what the fuck? Um, where is the color? Where do I change the color? Hold on, let me, why is it red? Save. Save, okay, am I gonna have to, is that gonna work? Wait. Wait, I know my own rules, Twitch. Join Twitch today, stop! Hold on. Twitch is not letting me, hold on, hold on. Nope, nope, nope. Refresh the source. Where is the source? Is it this one? Refresh. Okay. Testing, testing, testing. Oh, god damn it! What's wrong? What's wrong? Chat. What's wrong? Twitch chat. Um. Why is it there, by the way? Why is it even there? I never put it there. I guess so. Well, at least your name. Wait, I'll make myself a bit smaller. At least your name is there. We'll just have your name on screen. People in my VOD will just have to guess what you were saying. When I upload my VODs to YouTube, they'll just have to guess. Okay. We can continue now. Let me just lock my being YouTuber again. It was a popular tourist destination, with people coming from all over to enjoy the beach, the weather, and the relaxation that came with both. Let me click. I need you to just randomly laugh at anything I say so that I see funny for YouTube viewers. You, you want the viewers to think... Okay, I'll try to remember that. I'll try to remember to just randomly burst out laughing so that they think that you're saying the craziest stuff ever. The smell of the ocean, crisp and salty, hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of schoolless vacation with it. During the summer, your moms didn't like you to wander too far outside of your neighborhood. Finally, someone will think of it. Yes. During the summer, your mom didn't like you to wander too far outside of your neighborhood, so you knew the area pretty well. I bit my tongue. This is going great. That included the people. The people? Do we know who? Or is it just the people? Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did what your mom called putting down roots. Surely they don't mean in the literal sense of putting down roots. They built businesses, they got to know each other, and they definitely said hello to the nice young kids who waved when passing their stores. Going for a walk around town mostly meant that the familiar, friendly residents waved or asked how your family was, or most often just said hello. Oh, our first options? You didn't really get why they always had to say hi. They saw you every day, but you nodded back at them anyways. You ended up saying hi to a lot of different people, since most of the tourists that came and went every summer were the same ones. You were too anxious to say hi back to most of the other residents that greeted you, but they all knew you well enough to expect that. By the way, the way I do this is if Chad wants me to pick a certain option, I will pick that one. Most of the time I'll see if I can pick one myself, but if Chad really wants an option, I'll go with that one. Gotta help my mom with some stuff. I'll leave a lurk here in the meantime. Okay, have fun helping your mom. I'll pick the anxious one. What? The emote show up? Hold on. The emote show up. I guess people will just have to type in emotes from now on. They still smile at you anyways, and that made you feel a little more comfortable. But today there was a man sitting on the curb outside your house. He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over, and you wondered if he was even a real person, or a statue that had magically sprung from the ground overnight. Whoever or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. Wait, I forgot how old we are. One thing about knowing everyone in Sunset Bird was that people who you didn't recognize really stood out. Oh, really stood out. Sorry, forgot the extra really. It was rare for tourists to venture into the residential district, as your moms called it. So, for you, not knowing who a total stranger was set off a lot of red flags. Your moms had a talk with you and your big sister Lizzie about this kind of situation before. You hadn't exactly been listening at the time. You think it could be. Oh, you hadn't exactly been listening at the time. You think it could be okay to talk to new people. They mentioned that some people aren't good to talk to, but other types of people can help you even if you don't know them. You remember that it's okay to run away if you feel uncomfortable. You don't have to write by being polite then. Da 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 da. I'll pick the middle one. Actually, I think I know how to fix chat. I think I know how to fix chat. Um, Hold on, I think I know. Is it this one? All of that. And then we save. Question mark. Hold on. No. Uh. Uh. Wait, but what is it? What is the problem? Wait. Wait. Save. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I have fixed chat. Let's go. Guys, I'm goaded. I fixed chat. But now I'm in the way. Hold on. Now I'm in the way. I'm gonna need to move myself like here-ish. Cause now I'm in the way. Unless I can manage to move chat up. Can I move chat up? No, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I need this one to move. Oh well, I couldn't be bothered. I'll try to figure that out after stream. For now, I'll put myself over here so that chat can show up on stream. Okay. You weren't sure about this man yet. Still you felt a bit scared knowing that he was blocking the way to your door, but you were pretty interested. You wanted to know more about what was going on. Whether he was nice or not, you didn't want to be bothered. I didn't want to be bothered. You slowed down as you thought about how you could get around this. There was a split second where your eyes met. That wasn't good. He was probably going to say something now that he'd seen you standing there. Hey! You were right. His deep voice called out to you, but you didn't say anything. Unfortunately, the man stood up and started to make his way toward you. Aw man. Mm, Not wanting to seem too approachable, you folded your arms and stared. Still unsure about him, but willing to be friendly, you offered the stranger a smile. Your whole body was frozen in place as he approached. I guess I can smile at him. I guess. The man gives a grin of his own back. Do you live around here? What's your name? I don't think I should tell a stranger where I live, not gonna lie. You looked the man up and down, taking in his tanned skin and relaxed appearance. At least his clothes were relaxed. The way he was acting wasn't. He had sharks on his shorts and a stingray tattoo, and you wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean or something. While you made your assessment, he looked at you expectantly, waiting for an answer to his question. Yeah, I live here. I live right there. My name's Doopy. You continued to say nothing. Um, yeah, I live here. That's great, is it? Is it though? He looked happy to hear it, giving you a broad smile. That's money. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill. It crinkled in his hand as he held it up to you. He's giving us money. Hmm. Even more confused than before, you looked back at him.
Well,
I keep forgetting that there is voiceovers in this game. Well, could you do me a favor? Nothing bad. Sorry, I should have. Let me start over. He cleared his throat and stood up straighter. From where you were standing, it just made him look creepier.
hmm.
I have a son. His name is Gove, who's about your age. Um, Gove, that seems like a strange name for an actual living person to you. You chewed on the inside of your cheek. This guy was definitely obsessed with water. You thought that was pretty cool. That's pretty cool, I guess. You've never met anyone with that name. We moved in across the street. See? He gestured towards the house that had been empty for a year, his watch catching the late afternoon sunlight and reflecting off the walls. The gigantic for sale sign was finally gone. You must be you must be Juppy Star, right? I met your moms earlier, and they told me you were 8, just like him. So... Oh, I'm 8 years old? I need to act like an 8 years old. How do 8 years old act? He shook the $20 bill to bring it back to your attention, a hopeful smile tilting his lips at the corners. Can you try to be friends with the boy? No. Just give it a chance, and you can keep this. He's a good kid. You'll like him.
Do you mind?
But you've got to keep it a secret too, okay? It wouldn't be friendly to say his dad sent you. Uh, you eyed the man. You kind of felt sorry for Cove. Did other kids really get their parents to pay for friendships? Um, I hope they don't. That would be pretty bad. I'm gonna say that I feel sorry for Cove. Mm, this definitely wasn't the normal way kids made friends. You knew that. What do you say? Want to make a deal? Do we take the money? Do we not take the money? Or do we run away? I kinda wanna take the money. A $20 bill is a $20 bill, you know? So I kinda wanna take the money. I should how much can an 80-year-old buy with $20? I don't know how much an 80-year-old can buy with $20. Hold on, I need to lower this a tiny bit because it's a bit loud for me. I'll take the money, I guess. I'll take the money. You carefully plucked the bill from his outstretched hand, grinning at the thoughts of what you could do with that much cash. All the sweets you could ever want. You could buy a ticket for the newest movie at the cinema. There was a cute stuffed animal you had seen in the store in town. It cost a few dollars to set up a library card. With this, you could pay for yourself instead of having your mom do it. You weren't even sure. I want a stuffed animal. I want a cute stuffed animal. And was gonna be able to go home with you. And that was just the start, you thought. The sky was the limit with that kind of a mood. Well, um, that's kind of not much. It's kind of not a lot of money. I don't think the sky is the limit. But if you say so, I guess. I suppose. The man smiled at you, his eyes crinkling at the sides as he did. Sorry, I had to check something real quick. Great. That's great. I'll bring him by tomorrow. I wanted him to meet and greet with the neighbors today, but... well, I don't know where he's gotten off to. He laughed when he said that, but with the way his face looked, he thought he actually wanted to cry. Please don't. If you see him, can you tell him to come on home? Maybe. He's got a pink cast and glasses. You can't miss it. Can I keep this away? Sure thing, I can try. Okay. Can I keep the money? He chuckled at you and rested his hands on his hips. You sure can. Fuck yeah. The man smiled and reached out to pat you on the head, paused before doing so, then pulled his hand away instead. What? I don't get a head pat? Oh man, but I love head pats. I want a head pat, what the heck? Your mom's out already checking around for me. Such a tactful group you are. Now, I better go look too. Can't put everyone else to work while I keep sitting here. True that. I thought he might come back, and that's not what's important. I have to go. Thanks again, Jippy. So much. You're welcome. Thank you for the money. He jogged off down the street without another word. You decided to check the hills behind your house. Oh, let's go. Step 1. First sight. It's starting. Let's go. The chirping of the chirping of crickets in the tall grass greeted you, quiet and familiar. From the top of the hill, you could see the ocean. As you walked, you listened to the crash of the waves on the shore, and the seagulls scraping scracking as they settled down for the night. Sorry, I still had the money on my mind. You always loved the ocean, you loved to hear stories about the sea, you didn't enjoy the beach at all. I hate the ocean. I hate the beach and the sand. You really couldn't understand why so many people came all the way from where they really lived just to visit the ocean. You took in a deep breath. You wanted to try and relax and couldn't. You weren't sure what, but something told you that you weren't alone, so you glanced around. There was a boy sitting at the top of one hill, almost completely hidden within the long grass and white flowers surrounding him. His head was buried in his knees, staring ahead by himself. For whatever reason, probably just that he wasn't paying attention, he hadn't noticed you yet. Oh man, I'm invisible. You watched him a minute longer, feeling a little bit like you'd found a deer in the wild. Though deer didn't have uh, green hair, wavy eyebrows, huge glasses, pink cast, sad frowns. Let's see. What's the most noticeable thing? What's the most noticeable thing? Mm, well, the thing I like the most are his eyes, but that's not an option. I guess I'll go with the hair then. But this new boy did. You watched as it fluttered slowly around his face in the breeze. After a few more seconds, you took a step forward, then another. And then he glanced your way. Wait, I didn't mean to do that. His aquamarine eyes reflected the light of the moon. You stopped, raising a hand to acknowledge him and show you weren't scary. Hi, hey Space Cadet. Are you lost? Hello. With a start, he jumped to his feet, his hands balling into fists at his sides. He didn't say anything, just stared at you in a strange way. He'd been crying. There were traces of tears on his cheeks and his knees, soaking the hem of his um soaking soaking the hem of his shorts, and his eyes were still shining with a few more. Do you also plan to play the new psychological horror game, Tanagari Chess School? Um, I can look into that. I've never heard of it before. I can look into it and see if it's anything interesting that I would like to play. But I actually haven't heard of that yet. Hold on, let me see. Um, it has fourth wall breaks and psychological aspects like Doki Doki. It's becoming popular. Oh, it is? Let me see. Tanagari Chess School. Oh wait, I can just, that's on Steam. Okay, let me look it up on Steam then. Um, let's see. Welcome to the chess school. Connect with the brilliant girls of Sakaga's town and engage them in chess matches. How will you master the moves that come your way? Ooh, it does look interesting. I can't play chess though, so but it does look interesting. Um, I'll add it to my list of visual novels to play because I have a whole list of stuff that I'm gonna play. and I'll see if I can work it into my schedule. Oh, that's loud. Uh, Thank you for the follow, Mint Kurudev. Thank you for the follow. I'll see that I can. Oh wait. You're the developer of this game. I just realized. Um, I'll see that I can add it somewhere in my schedule. I haven't made a schedule yet this week, but I'll add it to my list, and I'll try it out on stream then. I'll keep this open for now. I'll see when I'll play it, but thank you for the follow again. Um, let's see, where was I? Okay, I read this. You obviously caught him off guard. His pink cast seemed to glow in the twilight, though when he caught you staring at it, he hid his arm behind his back. Something the man earlier had said stuck out to you. Cove? Ah, eyes wide, he studied you. How did you know that? I mean, it sounds kind of creepy to just randomly know this guy's name. To him, that must be very weird. You touched the money in your pocket, feeling it crinkle beneath your fingertips. Mm, I met your dad, I'm all knowing, lucky guess. I met your dad.
Oh.
Oh, you sound very disappointed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I met your dad. It just happened, you know. He was outside my door. So, is this your hill? No. He gestured with his uninjured arm to the patch of grass surrounding you, his face falling at the prospect. I can leave if it is. How much would it cost to own a hill? I feel like that would cost a lot. Yep, you can't own a hill, you shook your head. Mm, nope. While doing so, you also picked at a strand of lint on your leg. What a weird question to ask someone. Indeed. Oh, he sat back down with a thump, resting his chin on his knees again. Curious about the strange new boy with the odd dad, you sat on the patch of grass next to him. The pure white flowers that covered the hill rocked back and forth gently as the stars twinkled above. The way they dotted the sky made them seem like flowers too. The night wind was cool as it traveled over the ocean and up the hill, chasing away the heat from the afternoon sun. Why are you here? Why'd your family move? That feels too personal. Why are you here, on this hill, all alone? A quiet hiccup escaped Gove as soon as you asked the question. Almost like they never stopped, his tears started up again with a vengeance. I made him cry. I made him cry. My bad. My parents, they don't want to live together with me anymore. Welcome to the club, man. Welcome to the club. The tears fell fast and heavy over his flushed cheeks, sticking in his dark lashes. My mom made my my mom made my dad leave, and he took me with him, and now we have a house here, and I want to go home. Damn, that kinda sucks for you, man. The outburst took you off guard. By the time he was done wailing, Gove's chest was heavy with exhaustion. He sniffled and removed his glasses, wiping at his eyes with the back of his hand before he put them back on again. I hate this place. I want my real life back. That scared me. I want my mom. I'm sorry, your dad seems kinda nice. You'll like it here, you just have to get used to it. Stop crying. Your dad seems kinda nice. He gave me money. I find that nice. He slipped his hands underneath his glasses and pressed his fingers against his eyelids. Gove wound himself up again for another long crying fit. Oh man. It must be hard for Gove, living here without his mom, but at least he still had a parent who cared about him. But from way off in the distance, you heard your parents. Choopy!
Cove?
Oh, there we go. There we have it. He's doing the voice line for me. Kids, where did you go? Gove looked at you, tears still clinging to his cheeks. Don't tell them we're here. I kinda wanna go home.
I want to go home.
I do. Wait, you said I wanna go home too. I wanna go home too. I don't want to go back to that house. I wanna go home. I wanna go home too. You can handle it. You have to go. Don't worry so much. Sorry, I have to go. It'll be okay. Sorry, I have to go. Stretching as you stood, you tilted your head back down to look at Cove. I can't lie to my moms about where you are, you know. And they're gonna tell him. Slowly, Cove stood up at you, still looking a little reluctant. His dad's voice rang out again. Cove, can you hear me? He looked towards the sound of his dad's voice, silent, then turned away, while rubbing his not bandaged arm.
Sorry.
Sorry, I still don't want to go. I do. You call out yourself, you waited silently with him, you tried to convince him. I'm gonna call out, I wanna go home. Wanting to go home, you raised your own voice. Exactly. You get me. Over here. Oh. Guys. He's angry. He hates me. He's angry. Go's face soured. Soured? He said nothing, but his thoughts were probably pretty nasty at the moment. He so hates me. I'm terribly sorry. I just want to go home. The trio of parents appeared over the curve of the hill. Instantly, all their eyes landed on you, and they rushed over. Both of your moms were at your side in a split second, faces filled with worry. Droopy, you're here after all. Yep, I'm here. We had been at the park to check for Cove, and then heard that what happened earlier when you met the new neighbor. I thought you might have gone off further away. I'm too lazy for that, ma'am. No, we were just sitting in the grass. Why is everybody acting like this is such a big deal? We're okay, don't worry. Cove didn't want to go home just yet. We were just sitting in the grass. Thank God you're both fine. Were you two having fun out here? No. You looked over at Cove, who was wiggling against his dad's tight hug and pushing at his arms. Hold on, what? I think I'm gonna marry him? Hold the fucking phone. It's way too early for that. I forgot about this option. Holy crap. Yes. You didn't think that was the right. You didn't think that was the right word to describe it, but right here, what else to say to your mom? Finally, letting go of his scowling son, Go's dad turned to the three of you.
That's a relief.
Thanks very much for finding him. I really don't know this neighborhood. Good thing Drippy knows this whole area so well. Sure. Absolutely. We should be getting home now. It's been a long day for us all. Say goodbye, Gove.
Bye.
Bye. The two of them walked off into the darkness, heading towards the neighborhood. You watched Gove's bright pink gas until it disappeared. Tell you what. We'll have a proper playdate tomorrow, okay? Your new friend's dad wanted to bring him by to see you and Lizzie. How does that sound? Sure, can I show him my stuff? It sounds like words. You nodded, ducking your head down. That sounds like words, alright. Both of your both of your moms laughed, the sounds overlapping into a warm, familiar chorus. Mommy put her arm around your shoulder and led you towards the path. Satisfied and more than a little ready to go to bed after your long, exciting day, you followed them home. Oh, here we go. Choose your feelings for Cove. This is how you feel towards Cove for this step. It can change in later steps. Nervous indifference. Perfect. Nervous indifference for real, for real. Yep, I'm sure. Early the next morning, you were poking at your food, eating it slowly. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you'd stayed put. Today, just like your moms had promised, Goph was coming over to hang out. Excited to see your new friend again, Drippy? I guess. That is so me.
Okay.
With that said, are you done with your breakfast? Yeah, I don't know. Am I? Your bowl was entirely empty, so you nodded. Yeah. With all the exasperation an 8-year-old can muster, you looked at your empty cereal bowl, then at Mom.
Okay.
Okay, attitude kid, we see. Well, damn. Good job. He should be here soon. Clean up began, and then, on cue, there was a knock. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. Chippy, can you get it? Do I have to? Do I have to? Because Mom said so, you wandered over to the door. Oh man. Hey, Star Family. Thanks for having us. Ugh, I hate that last name so much. But I have no other inspiration. Mr. Holton, as your moms have called him, and his son were here. Cove looked indifferent. Pause. Cove looked different in the bright lighting of your living room. And when he wasn't crying. I don't know, man. I think he looks the same. With his dad standing in front of him, and Mom and Mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. You studied Cove apathetically. This was the parents' plan, not yours. Not seeming any more excited than you were, he just stared back. Oh, I get to choose what for bracelet I have. Threaded crystal, flower, or shell? What do we pick? What do I want to have? Hmm. Let me see. Do I want a threaded bracelet, a crystal bracelet, flower bead bracelet, or a shell bracelet? I think I'm leaning towards threaded bracelet. Okay, I'm gonna try to bracelet. Do you want to go play in your room, Juppy? Sure. So, my room's this way. I'm acting so awkward.
Okay. Take care.
Let us know if you need anything, you two. Have fun, kids.
See you.
See you later, son. Play nice. We teleported. You let your mom, pause. You let him to your room, puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. How did I read you let your mom? What about that made me read you let your mom? I need to question my own brain. There were lots of stuffed animals, a cool bed, a window to look out. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. He leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this. Thanks. Thank you. Me too, I do that, I don't. Thank you. You're welcome. You smiled at him. You were proud at the particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. Hold on, I need to drink. Wait, does my mic pick up me drinking? It lit up. I hope it doesn't. I was not prepared to have my mic pick that up. You turned to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on your wall. You started to feel nervous. You felt the atmosphere was awkward. You were glad for the company. You hoped you liked your room. Um, I hope you liked my room. You had put a lot of effort into making your room as nice as it was. You hoped he didn't say anything bad about it. Then his eyes landed on a tiny box of beach things you'd collected, tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it, before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? Stuff. A hoard of stuff I found on the beach.
Oh.
Oh. Do you have any driftwood in there? Probably. Dragging the box in the middle of the room, you and Cove flopped down next to it. Yeah. You gestured to a piece on the bottom, still covered with. Hello? You gestured to the piece at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand. Why did it just go back without my permission? Hello? It's rude.
Neat.
Neat. This is a good collection. Is it though? You got the sense from the tone of his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice, or to be like Shiloh. He actually meant it. Ah, Shiloh is coming over. Shiloh? My sister's friend. He wants to, meet you. You don't sound so certain about that. Do I have to see him? It'll be okay, I think. Here, I found this shell in a log, and you pulled out a seashell. You pulled out seashell after seashell, explaining where you'd gotten each one and holding them up against the light. Hold on, my phone is being annoying, and I'm trying to. Hold on. I need my phone. Just load chat properly. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please load properly, please. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Over the past few years, you'd even learned some of their scientific names. Fuck no. The collection was so huge and varied that you had lots of funny stories to tell for all of them. Your voice faltered a little bit, but you kept going as best as you could. I'll do the last one. That one fits me more. You were really proud of your shell collection, and it made you happy that Cove was interested in it too. Apparently fascinated either by the stories or the shells themselves, Cove listened with what looked like the full force of his attention. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus, even if it was only directed at the shells. Kids, come down to the living room. You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mommy wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. You guess it was because he thinks you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of that would Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of that would be a bad idea. Before you knew it, you'd both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room ready for Sheila's visit. If I'm reading his name wrong, I sincerely apologize. I have no clue how to properly read that. The two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entry. Why do I keep reading Mom? Why do I keep reading Mom? There's no Mom. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. Okay, but be careful. I will. You weren't sure if you could trust someone else with your treasures yet, so you stayed next to him while he opened the lid and peered inside. Cove reached in and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh. Like he hadn't spoken aloud yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. I think this one is the best of them. That's my favorite too. I like a different one best. I can show it to you. You can take it. I like a different one. I'll show you. You reached into the box to take out the one you preferred. Cove looked on with interest. The two of you were still sitting on the floor, looking through your collection of beach findings, when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person hadn't knocked, you figured it was probably Shiloh. He knew where to look for that. Lizzie's friend? You nodded, but that didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. This isn't a good idea. What, meeting people? 'Cause that's so real. I'm sorry, there's nowhere to go. He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you. Cove glanced around the room, his eyes wide, and finally paused with his gaze locked onto the back of the house. I don't like I don't like where this is going. I can go out the window. Um, excuse me, sir. You can what? He was already walking towards it. Scrambling to think of something to say, you stepped forward, then paused. Do you want to break your other arm? Sheila is the least scary person alive. Cheer up, Sheila is gonna like you. Please don't get hurt. I'll come with you. Good Eddie, let's go. Sheila is the least scary person alive. Every single bunny rabbit is scarier than Sheila. But I don't want to see him. I don't know him. I mean, you didn't know me either, and you're still fine. I'll comfort him. Comfort. You're right. Meeting new people is really hard. I'm sorry. Thanks. Sheila poked his head in the living room. It was impossible to know for sure if he'd heard what you had been saying or not, but you guessed that he had.
Hi.
Hi, Joopy. And hi, Cove. Cove shot you an uneasy glance.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Sheila. It's nice to meet you. Yeah. You have a lot of freckle. Great observation, Cove. Great observation. Right. I do. What are you guys doing? We're looking at shells.
Can I do it too?
Awesome. Can I do it too? Cove shrugged, then looked back at your box of beach findings. What about that one? The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at the beach things some more. You weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else. You held out a recent find to Cove, a scallop shell that had washed up on the shore. It's a pretty color, kinda like my cast. Oh, it's pink? The beautiful glittering pink did look a little bit like the wrap around his arm. Oh, I guess it's pink. Pink is a nice color. Okay. Okay. I guess it is. Okay.
Oh?
Is it your favorite? Not really. He's so uninterested in this conversation. What is? Maybe green or blue. It might be yellow. Oh my god. That's all my colors. Oh my god. Well, yellow's not really my color. I do have yellow though, but it's not really my color. But green and blue are. And pink. Oh, those are all cool. Yup.
I guess.
I guess. Mm, I like those colors too. There are better colors. Not sure how to deal with the suddenly more awkward silence. You look back at your shelf. I like those colors too. Awesome. Like usual, it didn't take long for Sheila to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. What the heck? You're playing favorites? What the heck? You have favorite friends? Without her around, Sheila didn't seem to know what to do with himself. And Cove wasn't like your sister. He wasn't that much like you either. Is Lizzie coming back? Don't know.
Aw.
Aww. Where did she go? I think she's at the beach, probably. Is she playing at her park? Cove's eyes lit up at the mention of the park, and he looked towards you.
Ah.
There's a park? Uh-oh. He's getting a bit too excited for my liking. Hold on 1 second. Well, there's a park. Yup, but it's old. Can you show me? I wanna go. He started getting up before you had even answered, and Sheila jumped up beside him in excitement. Really? You do too, right, Juppy? The park is fun. No, thank you. I prefer sitting home and doing nothing. Yup. I love it. The park is great. No, no.
Oh.
Oh, I still want to go see it. Okay, but can't you go without me? You two will be fine without me. You do? Yeah. Like a puppy watching a ping pong match, Sheila looked back and forth between you and Cove. So, are we going to find Lizzie? I don't know. I never really wanted to go see her. I just want to check the park out. Damn. Damn. Adrift without any direction, Sheila finally turned to you. Okay, oh man. Oh man. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. They're big guys, they can go without me. After getting permission from your moms, the three of you were ready to head out. It was a short walk to the park. Lizzie had convinced your moms that it was so short she should always be allowed to walk there by herself. When you found her, she was hanging on the jungle gym, swinging back and forth. Hey, Lizzie. Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. Droopy, Sheila. Hi. She dropped to the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. In a split second, Sheila had abandoned you two and scrambled over to stand by her. You were used to being left out when it was just the three of you, but now Goph was here. You weren't sure if this was an improvement. Who's that? It's Goph. He's new.
Hi.
I remember. Hi, Goph. Welcome to my park. Nobody ever comes to play here, So this is where we get together. She gestured rightly with her arms as if to present the area to a newcomer. While pause. While Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoes and wriggle your toes through the warm sand. Oh God, no. Oh God, I hate that. I hate touching sand. Please. Please. Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas. Okay. You are?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I am. Who else could handle the job? Now that's rude. It's fair, but that's rude. Lizzie is the oldest. By a lot. My mom said you're Juppie's age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was in sync. That's all. I'm still the only one in this group with double digits. What about other kids? Other kids? There aren't any. We're the only kids here, and Sheila is just visiting from another place. Alone. Okay. Not every tourist, well, not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the land of Asians. Be careful that the oldies don't try to steal your youth. Be careful that the oldies don't try to steal your youth.
Oh.
For a second, it looked like he might cry again. No, no, we're not doing that again. But something in his eyes shifted, and he looked back at Lizzie. What kind of old people? Like moms and dads, or grandparents? Grandparents who don't have kids. They hate kids. Well, damn. Why? We haven't done anything. Now, why are we scaring Cove? Only some of them don't like kids. Stop saying stuff like that, you're gonna upset him. Yeah, they're really bad. Only some of them don't like kids. You interjected quickly, hoping Lizzie wouldn't take things too far. Cove sniffled, his forehead creasing with worry. Lizzie was staring, Cove down. But Cove wasn't even looking at her anymore. He didn't seem to care that she was there. He went down with it, he went into his own head. Sheila was the next one to speak, completely unaware of the situation.
Um,
Um, I met Lizzie and Juppie in school. You'll see tons of kids there when summer is over. Um, I don't want to go to a new school. I don't want summer to end. Sheila looked over to the dirt. He hadn't had much luck striking up conversation with Cove. I like summer vacation a lot too. All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished when Lizzie laughed. Why are we laughing? What happened? At Sheila's discomfort at how weird she thought Cove was, at something else entirely you didn't really know, but she laughed, face scrunching up.
okay.
Welcome to Sunset Bird Cove. Take a seat, put up your feet, and get used to it. I don't think he sounds happy. I don't think he sounds happy. One second. Okay. Ua is right. For the rest of summer, Cove was always there. You saw him more often than Sheila, and on some days, when she was in a bad mood or busy, you even saw him more than Lizzie. You became a staple of your everyday life, the way sun and lunch and the beach were. That first summer, you hadn't really been interested in him one way or another. He was just kind of a fact of life, someone you met with because he was there. Of course, that was only the start of things. Oh my god! It's starting, guys, the moment. Before we continue, I'm gonna make quickly BRB because I need a bathroom break. So, 1 second, guys. Oh, forgot to turn off Spotify. Okay, guys, I'm back. We can continue. Let me see. We have a lot of options here of moments we can do, but I'm not gonna do all of them because that's gonna take way too long. I'm gonna do like um I'll probably do like one or two this stream, and then we're gonna end it here. Well, end it there after like 1 or 2 moments. And then next stream we can do a couple more. And depending how many we can get done next stream, I might just continue to um the next step. But for now we'll just do like 1 or 2 moments. Let's see, which one are we gonna do? Ba-ba-da-ba-bum. Which one sounds fun? I'm kinda curious of what the ghost one is about. So let's do the ghost one. It's a DLC. Uh, the night was incredibly still. You really couldn't ignore how silent it was. It was almost eerie. You could even hear Lizzie snoring in the next room over. How thin are those walls? No. Hold on. Oh well. It was hard to believe how much of a blur today was. Summer sure did slip right past you. You flicked through the moments like pages in a scrapbook as you laid in bed. You thought a lot about what adventures you could have tomorrow, until sleep started to catch up to you. My chair is hurting my back, and this is not good. I need a new chair. Then you heard something scrape against the window. Well, that's fun. It wasn't that uncommon for the wind to push a tree branch against the glass. Summer breezes were the worst sometimes. But the more you tried to ignore it, the louder it seemed like it became. It was like something was trying to get your attention. You lifted your head off the pillow to get a better look. Nothing was there. Nothing you could see, at least. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why did it become a horror movie? You just went back to bed. It was only your imagination. You had to investigate the mysterious sound. It's too creepy to ignore. I want to go back to bed. You tried again to close your eyes and go to sleep. Yes, please. Give me sleep. But the unknown scratching sound didn't stop. It left your heart pounding. Dot dot dot. You couldn't ignore it anymore. You had to check it out. You went to talk to your moms about it. Mom! Mom! There's a scary noise. Your nerves were wound-tied, ready to burst. Sleeping like this was not an option. And neither was waiting for whatever it was to make its next move. You took a deep breath, then cast the covers aside and leapt out of bed. You were out of the room, down the stairs, and into the still brightly lit safety of the living room in a matter of moments.
Are you okay?
Droopy, what's wrong, sweetie? Your entrance had been swift, but it had not been Your entrance had been swift, but it had not been silent. That was good. Your moms hurried to your side while you were catching your breath. The TV show they were watching continued to play in the background. You told them you were scared, you acted tough, you didn't let it get to you anymore. Mom, I'm scared. Mom, there's a scary noise. You reached for the closet parents and clung to her for dear life. There's a loud noise coming from the window. Oh, did it frighten you? Yeah. Yeah, Mom, it's scary. Mommy crouched down and held your hand, and Mom wrapped her arms around you. You felt the concern slip away. Nothing bad could happen while you were with your moms.
You alright with
I'm so
that?
easy. Why don't the three of us go upstairs and check together? We'll see what's causing the racket. Yes, please. Good plan. Chippy, can you be brave and show us where the sound was coming from? We want to be extra especially sure that we've checked to, to, thoroughly, thoroughly, to, thorough, to, to, thoroughly? Is that how you say that? Thoroughly? You nodded. Mom released you from the hug with a proud look. You led them back to your room, still clutching Mommy's hand. Stopping in the doorway, you pointed to the window. It came from there, but I couldn't see anything. I'll go investigate. She flicked the lights on with a click. Your heart leaped in your chest as Mom approached the window. Kneeling on your bed, she made a show of inspecting the area from every angle. I don't see anything either. Something was there. I heard it. Mom, please believe me. I'm not a liar.
Alright.
Alright. You and Mommy stay back there, and I'll keep looking. I have to go outside, but I'll be done in a jiffy. Please believe me, Mom. If it's the wind, we'll have to do our best to sleep through the sounds. If it's something else, it won't be there for much longer. What are you planning, Mom? She winked at you and punched one palm with the fist of her other arm, her other hand. Wait. You gave her a flashlight, you gave her a roll of paper, you gave her a stuffed animal, you gave her another hug. What are a stuffed animal and a roll of paper gonna do? No, what do you mean a roll of paper? What is a roll of paper gonna help? I don't get it. Why would you give a roll of paper? I'll give a hug. Surely she knows how to remember to bring a flashlight. You stepped into the room and gave her a hug of your own. Good luck. Don't die. Thank you. She reached down to reciprocate reciprocate. She bundled you close in her arms, so tight it became uncomfortable. Mom! You were released from Mom's grasp as she chuckled. Sorry. You're not sorry at all. Mom then boldly left your room to put an end to the mystery. You scurried back to Mommy, who brushed your hair reassuringly. After a little while, your racing heart began to return to its normal pace, and your eyelids grew heavy.
It's okay.
You might be comfier back on the bed. I can keep watch. Okay. Isn't the bed closer to the window though? Would I really be more comfortable if the noise is coming from the window? Let's get you all settled in, nice and safe. Mommy made a nest of pillows and cushions which you eagerly snuggled into. Your head was elevated so you could see the window. At least you could when you could keep your eyes open. Mommy sat beside the bed, still stroking your hand. Mom and I can take care of this. You just worry about getting enough sleep for tomorrow. I know it'll be another big day. Before you could even think of doing otherwise, you drifted off to sleep. When you woke the next morning, it took a few moments to remember the events from the night before. Your moms weren't there right now, but you were feeling better, it worried you. I'm good. With the light sunshine glowing against the back of your curtains, it didn't seem so dangerous anymore. You hopped out of bed and headed down to breakfast, finding your parents already seated at the dining table. Mommy with a giant cup of coffee in her hand, and Mom with her nose in some papers.
How are you?
Good morning, honey. Were you able to sleep well? Yes, no, you shrugged. I'll shrug. You gave a non-committal shrug, not really remembering the prior night. You had been asleep. How could you know if it was good or not? That is surreal. Mommy was still looking at you, waiting for an answer, so you mumbled a little as you shuffled towards the table. I guess. Apparently satisfied, she took a long sip from her cup. Sit down and have some breakfast while the toast is still warm. What kind of topping would you like? Jam, peanut butter, honey, just butter, extra butter. Does extra butter mean butter with more butter? Like, there's two butter options. There's butter and extra butter. I'll pick jam. Sure. Mommy slid the jar over to you and you dug in, grabbing a slice of toast and spreading the sweet-smelling glob over it. After breakfast, you decided to take a walk to the playground to get some fresh air. As you headed towards the playground, taking off your shoes so the soft sand squished between your toes, you spotted a familiar head of green hair. Gove was sitting on one of the swings, but he wasn't swinging at all, and when you moved closer, you noticed that his eyes were closed. Gove, you made an awkward noise to try getting his attention, you poked him, you shook him. Gove? Positioning yourself in front of him, you could see he was breathing softly and his glasses had fallen down his nose a little. After a moment or two, you realized he couldn't hear you, so you said his name again, a little louder this time. Cove! This time he stirred, letting out a soft groan at the interruption. Then Cove yawned and pushed his glasses back up his nose, blinking sleepily against the bright sun. Were you asleep? Sure looked that way. I think so. I'm tired. I didn't sleep very well last night. There were these weird noises outside. You heard them too? You heard them too? Does that mean there was something outside? You looked at him in shock. Your heart began beating faster in your chest, and your palms began to sweat. Would Cove have heard the same thing as you? What kind of noises? Cove was quiet for a moment. His nose crinkled in thought. Like scratching? Like clawing against the side of the house, trying to climb up it. I went outside to check. What did you find? Your curiosity got the best of you, and more than anything, you wanted to know what it was that Cove had seen out there. What it was that could have been lurking outside your window. Cove shrugged, simply at the question. His mouth set in a grim line. Nothing.
Nothing.
Then the sound stopped. What the fuck? Guys, is there a ghost? Is there a ghost? Is it real? Is there an actual ghost? Is there an actual ghost going on here? That's a relief. That's disappointing. That's a relief, I guess. You let out a breath, happy that Cove didn't have an encounter with anything sinister lurking in the streets. Oh, I thought I was more relieved that there was nothing to be seen. But sure, that too. The thought of it really being nothing gave you comfort, and you knew you'd find it easier to sleep that night. After that, the rest of the afternoon went by pretty normally, with Cove and you spending a little more time at the park together. That evening, when it started to grow dark once more, you thought back on what Cove had told you, how he didn't find anything outside his house during the night. You held on to that memory, letting it comfort you and keep you brave when you went to bed, knowing that you had nothing to fear. Okay, what time is it now? Ba ba da ba ba. We might do one more moment. I'll do one more moment. Let's see, which one are we gonna do? Which one will we do? Let's do Sandcastle. Cove wasn't able to do anything. Cove wasn't able to do many things that summer. When you, him, and Shiloh sat out on the shoreline one bright morning, you could tell he wanted to be in the water. But there was no way he'd be swimming anytime soon. Not with his cast. The waves washed a single shell to shore, glittering and blue. Another reminder of the places he couldn't go. From what you'd heard about Cove's old life so far, in tiny pieces and fragments, you could tell that he'd do anything to be able to get the cast off. The possibilities of what he might get up to made you anxious. You thought about how his summer last year must have been totally different from this, with his old home and his mom and dad. But now he was here, with you and Sheila and Lizzie and everyone else, and he couldn't even go in the sea. The town wasn't bad. It had all your favorite things in it, but sitting here on the same beach you'd grown up on, and you could understand that not everyone else felt the same way about Sunset Bird as you did. You watched him from the corner of your eye, quietly, and he finally said aloud what you had been pondering. I wish I could go in. I need to, 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 I need to ignore my mind sometimes. The water? Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna be able to do it soon. Cove only sighed in response. Apparently, soon wasn't soon enough. It's so pretty, the ocean. And huge. There could be anything out there, like mermaids. Oh my god, you believe in mermaids? Fuck yeah, not fuck you, fuck yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I almost fucking spoiled you. I'm sorry. I meant to say fuck yeah, not fuck you. I'm sorry. I wish you didn't have a cast. I don't really care. Swimming might be fun if we could. And find your own land. Mermaids aren't real. Ba ba da ba ba. And find your own land. Alright. Obviously not interested in hearing much more of your input. What the fuck? What do you mean? Obviously not interested in hearing much more of your input on the situation. Cove turned back to the water. He hates me. He hates me. But as he looked away, something about Sheila's slow, careful movements caught his eye. Hey, are you building a sandcastle? Sort of. I was only playing around while you were talking. I'm listening. Maybe I could too. I've only made big piles before. It's really nothing special. I'm sure you'll be good at it right away. I haven't made a sandcastle in so many years now. What the fuck? Well, how do you do it then? Sheila's cheeks lit up. You could tell he was a little bit uncomfortable to have Cove's expectant stare on him. I'll play too. I love making sand stuff. I've never really made one before. There's nothing else to do. Yup.
Okay.
Okay. He put his hands back to his seashells and sand and nodded. I don't do a lot. Here's how I like to get a house started. Sheila focusing more intently than you'd ever seen him, guided Cove through his process. You happily used your own method. It didn't take long for the three of you to each have humble structures prepared. That's all, kind of. You can do anything now, like make it bigger, add some seashells, carve a pretty pattern. I'll bet you have great ideas.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it bigger. Mine is gonna be a real castle.
Cool.
Cool. This is gonna be a house. Looking at the base of your sandcastle, you decided to make a house, a castle, a mansion. I kinda want a mansion. But that's gonna seem annoying as fuck to make. But I kinda want a mansion. Let's get a mansion. Looking at the base of your sandcastle, you decided to design a mansion. The better part of the next hour was spent focusing on your own work. The boys were the same. Even Chilo didn't sneak as many peeks at everyone else as he usually did. You finished shaping before either of them did, glancing up from what you'd built. It seems you got done so fast because they already searched around for extra decorations. Sheila had grabbed most of the really interesting stuff, and Cove had a lot of the shells, but there were still options. The first thing you reached for was a red bottle cap, blue seashell, green piece of sea glass. I want the blue seashell. It was the best fit for your mansion, you decided. The blue color of it still reminded you of the clear water. So you tucked it away somewhere secure inside, barely poking out to make sure it didn't get lost. Pleased with your result, you finally took a proper look around that wasn't focused on the sand itself. Both Gopher and Sheila seemed super immersed still. You knew you could probably sneak a peek at either one's work. You checked out Goph's sandcastle, you checked out Sheila's sand house, you decided not to look. I don't want to look until the end. I don't want to look until like they're all done and want to show it. You instead watch some clouds go by. The silence was then broken. What's on the top of yours, Shiloh? You peeked closer and discovered something shiny sticking out of Sheila's sand chimney. Oh, it's just a gum wrapper. It looks like smoke.
Neat.
It's good. That's smart. Kinda looks more like a worm. You should be an architect. I guess I don't see it. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah, I didn't think of that. You really know a lot about this. I was tempted, but I'm gonna be nice. I was tempted, but I'm gonna be nice. Sheila smiled without a word. And that was that for the current topic. Drippy, can I see what you did? Sure. He began surveying your work. All you really knew about mansions was that they were supposed to be big, so you'd gone really big. It was the size of the country club that Lizzie played golf at. Compared to Cove and Sheila's buildings, probably even bigger. Sheila quickly decided to jump in the new conversation. Hey, Drippy, what did you do? I made a mansion. It looks great. Your house is so big. Thanks. Oh, they literally have thanks. It's not a big house, it's a mansion. I guess mansions are just really big houses. He just looked at him. Thanks. You're welcome. I don't think that's the same as a house. Now why I didn't want to bring that up, Cove. I didn't want to bring it up. Huh? Is being a house bad?
No.
No. But we each made our own place. Nobody is the same. I think we are. Cove raised an eyebrow at that. Are they arguing? If something is the only one of that thing, that makes it special. Yeah, for sand castles and stuff. People too. My dad always says how everybody is their own man, a real individual. I don't think I'm very special.
Why?
Why not? Nobody else is you. Well, why are we going? What direction are we going in? Hold on, what direction are we going in? Sheila simply shook his head. I'm not different. Why are we pessimistic? Why are we being pessimistic? A beat passed between the two. Cove then looked down at his own work again. Okay. He didn't seem to be bothered, leaving the disagreement hanging there. Cove had other things on his mind. He just said, okay, let's agree and put this behind us because I can't be bothered. My dad tried to get me to make sandcastles the first time we came to this beach. I didn't want to. Cove trailed off. Again, there was another moment of silence. Sheila shifted and opened his mouth to say something, but Cove spoke up before he could. You didn't think he noticed that Sheila was going to talk. Hey, do you know what happens when your mom meet Do you know what happened when your moms met my dad, Drippy? You blinked, not expecting the question. You thought hard. I wasn't there. They didn't tell me. I just remember what happened when I met your dad. Mr. Holden had been a weird stranger then. Well, he was still kind of strange. Not other parents acted like him. But you knew him better at this point. Now that you thought about it, it made a lot of sense that Cove's dad talked to him about people being unique. You were pulled from your thoughts when Cove continued.
Oh.
Oh, well, I was there. I don't think my mom has met your dad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she hadn't. Chippy's parents and my dad met the same day I met her. I'm gonna say what happened. Okay, I'm not really interested, but okay. Sheila frowned to himself, ducking his head. His hat cast a shadow over his face. You could you could still tell he was upset at not being included in Cove's choice of topic. Yeah, Cove just does not give a fuck. That was kind of boring for him. Though, giving people their own turn to say the things they want is important too. He stayed silent and let Cove finish the story. I think Sheila wants to talk too. Whose side do I pick? Do I pick Cove's side or do I pick Sheila's side? On one hand, Cove was already talking and he wants to finish his story. On the other hand, Sheila has something to say about this story, and if I let Cove continue, then Sheila probably won't have a reason to speak anymore. But if I let Sheila speak first, Cove could still continue his story after. Right? Right? That's how this works, right? Surely. Surely that's how this works. Um. Surely that's how this goes. Mm, I think I might let Sheila talk. Huh? We were talking, just not right now. I'm talking to you. He can listen. What the fuck? What? What the fuck? What the fuck, Cove? Sheila's expression barely flickered at the words. He still looked put off. Cove continued like the interruption hadn't happened. He was determined to tell the tale. So I wasn't even allowed to let Sheila talk? What the fuck? When we moved here, we didn't bring a lot of things with us. Only some stuff that would fit in Dad's car. We didn't even get a moving truck. I sat in there while Dad brought it all inside. I didn't want to get out because I knew Dad would make me look around the new house. I really didn't want to do that. His, lip, his lips twisted with a frown as he recalled that. Then I saw your moms. They were in a car too and stopped at your house. I guess they were coming back from somewhere or something. My dad noticed. He waved his hand, then went over to the front of your house, where he started talking to them. I don't know what they said. I couldn't hear it. But he couldn't see me anymore, since he was looking the other way. So I opened the car door and left. I wanted to get away and went behind the houses. I found those hills there, the ones where we met for the first time. Okay. Cove nodded, then stared at you. You stared back. He didn't go on to say anything more. That was it? That was the story? Is that it? Exactly me. That's it? That's what you refused to let Sheila speak for? Cove's brow wrinkled, like he didn't understand why you were surprised. Hello. Welcome in. Do I call you Neox or do I call you Jod? Welcome in, welcome in. How you doing? You are so cute and your voice is so cute. Thank you. That's very nice of you.
Huh?
That's all that happened. Okay, why did you want to tell the story if nothing happened? You really got better at telling stories. You really gotta get better at telling stories. That was a pretty bad story. Thanks for telling me. Okay. Okay. Um, what is it? What? You said that in a weird way. Did I? Cove narrowed his eyes at you, suspicious. Sheila's mouth twisted into a skull of disbelief, but he said nothing. Why did you bring that up anyways? There was a slight shrug of Co- eh, of Cove's shoulders. Speaking is so difficult.
Well,
I was thinking about it, 'cause of the sandcastle. It made me remember when I moved to here. Dad showed me the beach first, before he went back to the car to unpack. He was really excited about it for some reason. Cove's brows furrowed a little more as he quietly raked his hands through the sand. I get it. No, I don't. What am I supposed to get? What what am I supposed to get here? I don't get it. You thought maybe Mr. Holden wasn't that excited about the beach and was instead hoping Cove might be. But the line of conversation had come to its end. Even Cove was done with it. Some other topic had popped into his head. Sheila fidgeting uncomfortably in the sand had made Cove aware of his presence again. Damn, he really hates Shiloh. They looked at each other, and you could only wonder what this might be about. Hey, Shiloh? Yeah? Why are you always turning so red? Even when nothing is happening. Oh dear, you're gonna make him self-conscious. Please, you're gonna make him self-conscious. Give the child a break. Clearly startled, he jerked back. Neither you or Shiloh had expected that to be how he got included in the conversation again. I don't know, I guess. Okay, it's kind of weird. Cove, please! Leave, leave the man alone! Leave the child alone! Sheila's eyes were wide with embarrassment, and his lips twitched, and he was blushing even harder than before. Maybe it wasn't only this. Perhaps it was simply the last straw. But it was a big deal to Sheila. A huge deal. He didn't just look sad, he seemed almost panicked. Oh my god, what are you doing? And what game you play? Right now you mean right now? Right now I'm playing Our Life Beginnings and Always. It's one of my favorite visual novels. Mm, if you mean in general, I play lots of different games. Uh, pa, 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 pa. You weren't sure if he was about to cry or run away or what, but you soon got an answer. Why do you wear glasses? Most kids don't wear glasses, and nobody is named Cove. What do you have against glasses? Excuse me. I'm wearing glasses. No, don't do anything like you only read a chat. What? What do you mean? What do you mean with that?
Who asked you to come?
Oh, he's mad. He's mad. Who asked you to come? It was probably just your dad bugging Juppy's family some more because you don't have anyone else who'll ever play with you. Sorry, it means like you only read game chat? Skip chat and play a game? Um, skip chat. I mean, I am playing a game right now. I'm playing a visual novel game. I am gonna read chat occasionally though. It was probably just your dad bugging Juppy's family some more because you don't have anyone else who will ever play with you. Sheila is mad. Gove blinked. The tension on the beach was suddenly uncomfortable, in a way you didn't know how to even mention. It didn't seem like the kind of thing he'd get upset about, though you hadn't even know what kind of thing would bother Sheila. Sorry? No, it's okay. It's fine. I'm sorry. Me too. I was just wondering. I think you only read game information. Sorry, I don't know it's a novel game. Yeah, this is a visual novel game. Um, it's basically like a dating game where I can date. I think there's 3 characters I can date in this game. With this the green haired guy is one of them. The other 2 haven't shown up yet. I was just wondering. Hey, let's build another sandcastle. You try to play on your own. I was gonna build more. You nervously messed with the sand. I'll just play on my own. Those guys can do whatever the hell they're doing. I'm good. I don't need them. You shrugged, not in the mood to work out their problem, and started building another mansion next to your first one. Both of your playmates noticed immediately and turned away from each other. What are you doing? Ignoring you guys? I'm gonna finish my next one before both of you. Sheila glanced at you, then at Cove, who'd already started digging up more sand. You all went back to making more sand buildings, but the whole mood had changed. Sheila's cheeriness was clearly gone, and Cove looked as confused as ever about why the other boy had blown up. The air stayed uncomfortable the rest of the afternoon, right up to the moment that Sheila's mom appeared at the beach to take him home. Cove and Sheila had mostly followed your lead and barely said a word. His mom standing behind him, even Sheila's goodbye, had been quiet, friendly, cheerful, but noticeably quiet. Because I am from India and my English is like so old type. No, it's okay. Your English is not that bad. I'm just not good at reading sometimes. And school type. It's okay. But with Sheila gone and the sun going down, you knew it was time for you and Gove to head to your own house. I am also used school English. Your English is pretty fine, don't worry about it. You followed him as he made his way out of the sand. The walk home was quiet. You passed by familiar landmarks, shoes thumping against the sidewalk in near perfect unison. Gove was clearly caught up in thinking about something. You asked Gove what he's thinking, you stayed silent. I honestly can't be bothered. There was no way you could ask, not with that look on his face. But a minute or so later, he spoke up anyways. Hey, Joopy? What? Gove fell silent again for a few more seconds, then sighed. Why did Sheila act like that? I'm sorry, but I know it's too fast, but can I get your Instagram? Because I'm also single. Um, first of all, hold on. First of all, I never said I was single. I am, but I never said that. Second of all, I'm not interested in that right now. I'm terribly sorry, but I'm not interested in that right now. So I'm not gonna give you my Instagram. I'm sorry. Why did Sheila act like that when I said he was all red? A lot? You were being rude to him, he's just a baby. You shouldn't make fun of him, and I know it's Sheila, he gets embarrassed. You showed at Gove with no answer to give. He gets embarrassed. Embarrassed? But I didn't say anything that bad. It might have upset him anyway. I guess. I can get it. Why he would do that, sometimes I get really mad too. Despite seemingly coming to a conclusion, Gove's mood was still sore. What Sheila said didn't make sense. Anyway, parents always talk to other parents and set up stuff so other kids play together. Yeah, it's like how your dad gave me a $20 bill to become friends with you. My dad didn't do anything weird. Well, about that. Your dad kind of gave me a $20 bill and I kind of accepted it. You struggled not to make a face at that. His dad definitely did something weird to try and get you to spend time with Gove. But Gove didn't know that. Nobody's making me spend time with you. Your dad does do stuff so you'll hang out with my your dad does do stuff so you'll hang out with my family, but Sheila shouldn't have said that. You decided to tell him about how his dad offered you money. That, I probably should do that. Thank you, Maud. Thank you, Maud. Thank you. Da, 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 da. I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him. Well, remember how you talked about how your parents met and I didn't know what happened? Yeah, I kind of had something happen that you didn't know about when I met your dad. As you struggled to find the right words, Gove looked at you passively. You wilted under his gaze, breaking eye contact. You stared at the ground. I was walking home and your dad was sitting in front of the house. It must have been after you ran away. My moms weren't there either. I think you I think they were looking for you. Your dad saw me. He got up and came over. Mr. Holden told me that he just moved into the house next to mine. You snuck a look at Cove. He was still listening, his expression as plain as ever. He's gonna be mad, isn't he, when I tell him I accepted the money? He's gonna be mad. I just know he's gonna be mad. You paused for a moment, wondering if you should really keep going. I'm gonna tell the full story. I just want to know his reaction. Even if it was supposed to be a secret, you thought Cove should know. Your dad wanted you to have a friend, so he offered me money. $20. Okay, 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 okay. Why are we saying it like this? This makes it sound even worse. Cove was so still, you thought he hadn't heard you. Then his eyes widened. His mouth fell open, but no sound left him. Silence stretched between you, so tense that it was almost tankable. You shifted from one foot to another, and your hands tensed up. Golf? Golf? Question mark? Golf? Instead of speaking, he closed his mouth, his eyebrows bent up, crinkling his forehead. He looked more sad than surprised now. He was going to cry, you were certain of it. Uh-oh. 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 Please don't cry. I don't... I made him cry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. Gove raised his hands and brought them up under his glasses. His fingers pressed over his eyes, hiding them from your sight. Then, right in the middle of the street, the tears began to fall. His shoulders shook with the force of his sobs. You could glimpse redness through the cracks of his fingers slipping down his cheeks. Guys, I made him cry. I don't think I'm good at this friendship stuff. You opened your mouth, but you had no idea what to say. You stayed by him. You couldn't go anywhere, with Gove in this state. But Gove shook, his body from side to side, rejecting your presence. Oh God, that's very bad. That's very bad.
No.
Go away. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You flinched at the shout. As you stood there listening to him cry, you felt uncomfortable over the scene he was making, concerned for him, regret for telling him about the money, bad about everything. Bad about everything. I'm sorry. You wished you were still making sandcastles on the beach. Before Cove was sad, before Sheila was mad, everything had been so much better then. I don't regret taking the money, but I still regret other things. Because I wanted that money. Cove continued to weep, with his face covered by his hands. Worse, his voice raised in volume. You were frozen in place. The situation was awful, and you kept feeling worse every second. Stop being so loud, Please don't cry. I'm sorry, Cove. You hugged him. You started crying too. I'm sorry, Cove. He spoke earnestly. It was all you could do, and it wasn't enough. You heard the door opening and you flinched, expecting to see one of the mean old grandparents preparing themselves to yell at you. At this hour, most people weren't around, either because they were working or down in the town, but the grandparents rarely left the house, except to complain at children making noise in the street. With the ruckus Gove was making, you could kind of understand why they might have objections, even if he couldn't help it. But the door that stood open now didn't belong to the grandparents. To your utter surprise and relief, it was Gove's own. His dad was already home. As he peeked out his door, Mr. Holden momentarily looked unsure. Perhaps he had suspicions on the noise outside, but wasn't entirely positive, though a kid crying is pretty distinct and there aren't a lot of kids. Maybe he didn't want to believe something might be wrong with his son. His face fell as he spotted the source of the commotion. It was pain and it was scared, and it reminded you of the one he'd worn the first night you'd met Gove. Mr. Holden didn't go down the steps in front of his house. He just jumped right over them and stumbled into a run. He skidded to a stop before Gove, bent down on one knee, and then solidly cupped Gove's teary face with his hands.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? Are you hurt anywhere? Gove continued to cry, unable or unwilling to cough out an explanation. Not taking his hands from Gove, Mr. Holland turned to you for explanation, his eyes wide and imploring. He wanted to know if you tried to make me hang out with him. I told him about the money. As she spoke, Mr. Holland's chest rose while he inhaled a deep, shaky breath, culminating in a gasp at your final words. What does culminating mean? I've never heard that word before. What is culminating? C- culminating? I didn't even know that word existed. Culminating.
What?
Why? Why would you? I mean, he asked. He clamped his mouth shut. Shaking his head, he faced his crying son again. No, it's my fault. I shouldn't have done something like that in the first place. Exactly! Why are you yelling at me? I'm an 8-year-old in this game, remember? He cast his eyes down, signing. When he next spoke, it wasn't part of a conversation anymore. It was barely loud enough for you to catch his words. Chippy's only a kid. He has to reassure himself not to yell at me because I'm only a kid. Oh, fuck you do. Tears were still streaming down Cole's face. Smiling sadly, Mr. Holden wiped Cole's cheeks with a thumb. He furrowed his brows and looked at the ground. When he next glanced up, his mouth was set with determination. Mr. Holden finally took his hands off Cove. He reached for his wallet. Confused, you stared at the little rectangle that all adults seem to carry in some shape or form. It had been the source of all these problems. You were sure that Cove wouldn't want to be reminded of it right now. Mr. Holden was clearly of a different mind to you. He inexplicably retrieved another $20 bill, rolled it up, and raised it to Cove's face. Cove's eyes were hidden behind tightly clamped fingers, so Mr. Holden poked Gove's nose with the bill. Gove peeked between his hands and grunted as he saw what he had been propped with. Even if it was surrounded by sobs, they were glad that something else had finally left Gove's mouth.
Come on.
Hey Gove, can you stop crying? I'll give you this cash if you do. Parenting tips 101. How to make your kids stop crying. Give them money. Gove dropped his hands from his face. It had already been red and wet with tears, but now his features were scrunched up in a skull. Not for the first time, he questioned Mr. Holden's tactics. He had to use two hands, but Gove firmly shoved his dad's own hand away. But Mr. Holden just chuckled at Gove's reaction and tossed the money aside. It unfurled as it flew through the air, rising before slowly drifting to the ground. Um, if Gove doesn't want it, can I have it? If Mr. Holden took Gove's outstretched wrist and lowered them to Gove's sides, stopping him from hiding his face once more. Gove's dad clearly wasn't going to let go. Having Gove turned his whole head away, tears continuing to roll down his cheeks as he glowered at the ground. Is that a no? You can buy a lot of cool things with that, but it can't do everything, can it? Gove didn't respond, not even to look at his father. Mr. Holden continued. Your old dad likes to make things nice for you with the money he earns. But you're smart. You know that I haven't really done anything.
I'm sorry.
I still make you sad and upset, just like right now. I'm sorry. Gove sniffed, the harsh line of his brows mellowing. Mr. Holden squeezed Gove's hand as he continued. Dot dot dot. Drippy is smart too, right? Oh my god, I'm smart. Guys, I'm smart. Let's go. I'm smart. Mr. Holden spoke in a soft, encouraging tone, and Gove continued to calm. You have nothing to worry about. Except for me. Mr. Holden chuckled. Gove pressed his lips together, mulling over his father's words. Though the stream of tears had eased, drops still budded in his eyes and tried to spill out. I love you, son, so much, more than anybody else. Sometimes, sometimes that makes me a little too hasty to see you happy, and I make it all worse. I really am sorry. Oh my God, father son bonding, father son bonding. Oh my God, in front of me though. Can I leave? Scrunching his eyes tight, Gove nodded. When his eyes opened again, they were red and glossy, but there were no tears left on the pres- pre- precip- pre- precip- pre- precipice of his lower lashes. Aside from the occasional sniff, he was mostly back to his usual self. He swallowed.
Okay.
Okay. Though Gove had refused to echo Mr. Holland's exact words, the sentiment, the sentiment seemed to be enough for his dad. He moved his hands up under Gove's armpits and hoisted Gove high into the air with a grin. Gove's hands flew to his glasses, holding them back from falling off. Gove's lips were tight shut, all betrayed by the telltale smile in his eyes that he was trying hard to hide. Mr. Holden laughed, lowering Gove so that he was securely pinned against his chest. Gove looked away, face angled to the ground. Now that his dad could no longer see him, he was allowing himself to smile. Mr. Holden might have missed it, but you didn't. Gove wiggled, pushing a hand against his dad's shoulder. Can I go back down now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Holden set Gove gently on the ground, waiting until his feet found their footing before releasing him entirely. I have to do something. Wait here. As Gove wandered away, Mr. Holden's gaze stuck to him like glue. He sighed, eyes downcast. He felt weird that you'd only been able to stand there while the event unfolded. You weren't able to fix it. Sorry, I'm not a fixer. I couldn't do anything. Don't worry about it. Please, we don't need another tragedy today. He winked and you weren't impressed. Hey, I mean that. The first part anyway. There's only so much you can do to try fixing someone else's mistake. He smiled sincerely at you. You've done plenty for Gove. Just the fact that you were honest with him when his own dad wasn't proves it.
That's a relief.
Thanks for being such a good kid. I hope you'll keep spending time with the boy. As though the sound of his name summoned him, Gove returned, clutching the bill his dad had cast aside earlier. You cocked your head, and Gove's dad raised his eyebrow. Gove looked at the crumpled note, then walked over and held it out to you. I stopped crying, but I don't want this. You can have it. I get money! I get the money! I did ask if I could keep it. I get to keep it. Let's go! Let's go! He gave you a small smile. Behind him, Mr. Holden was still watching Gove closely, clearly relieved. You shared the feeling. Gove was making peace with the deal that happened behind his back. You decided to take it and you said, I want that money. Gingerly, you pinched a slip of paper between your fingers and slowly took it from Gove. He continued to smile at you. It was a sign of Gove's trust. He believed you. I just want money. Thanks for this. And for feeling okay now. Gove continued to look at you softly, his eyes wide and earnest. Yeah. Miss, that scared me. Got a notification. I got an achievement. Mr. Holden stood up, stretching his arms out casually. Well then, it's about time for dinner. Me and the Rugrat need to be going in. You probably should too. I bet your moms want to see you. Alright,
Bye.
bye.
Thanks very much.
Have a good night. And thanks, Juppie. Father and son waved at you as you turned and dashed back home. The note clenched tightly in your hand. You felt lighter. Okay, da-da-da-dum. I said that we were gonna do 1 or 2 moments and then end it for today. So I'm gonna end it here. Ba-ba-bum. I'm probably gonna do another art live stream next week. Cause I still want to do the weekly art live streams. Now that my PC is fixed. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it on Tuesday. We're gonna see. It should technically be on Tuesday. I don't think I'm gonna make a schedule for this week. Cause I don't really know what I want to put on it. So this week will be just streams without schedules. And I'm probably gonna stream Minecraft or Overwatch or something, or Marvel Rivals even, this week. But I don't know yet at what times and stuff. So I'll just tweet about it. I'm just gonna tweet when I stream. And you'll just see me go live. But yes, thank you very much for coming to watch today. Thank you for all the follows, and I very much appreciate it. Thank you for the lurkers too. Thank you. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, or evening, or night, or morning. Um, bye bye.